I'm sort of caught up in a catch-22 now. Before, I was in a position where I was just teeming with ideas, so like bursting. I was ripe. I was ready to go out there and do my thing. And I had the support in a mentor and somebody who could promote me. And I had and I taught my first class in May, and that went great. And I had a teaching assistant gig, which at least helped pay the bills and things like that. And I sort of had everything was built in so that I had the support system I needed to really launch my business and thrive. But I wasn't able to capitalize on it because I was held back by different fears. And so in my desire to move through those fears, I created this project, and I started being totally authentic and sharing scary thoughts and being a little controversial and just totally being myself and no longer holding back on a level of sort of caring what other people might think. And that kind of resulted in losing all those opportunities. So I finally come to a place where I can move through the fear, where the fear is no longer holding me back, but the opportunities that were there for me are now largely gone. And so it's like I'm starting from scratch again when I wasn't in a position where I'm not in a position financially where that's a good idea. Because obviously I have to pay bills. I mean, if I don't pay child support, I'm going to end up facing some serious ramifications, one of which might ending up in jail or prison or something along those lines. And before, that really didn't scare me because I see myself in a place of I don't think anything bad could happen to me because of how good I feel and because of how I am vibrationally. So I don't really worry about negative consequences. I know if that were to happen, I'd be able to handle it. And for me, it would be a great simplifier. If I ended up in prison, then my options would be severely limited, and I would just write my book or something. I would focus on the opportunities available to me, and I'm sure there'd be some great fear releasing opportunities provided me in a space like prison, and I also think that I could find freedom in that situation still, and I think I could do a lot of good for the prison system and things like that, just by my willingness to bring hope into a dark place and to find the positive in supposedly negative things. And so that never really scared me too much along those lines. Now, however, I'm in a place where, if I were to be shipped off, then I would lose an outlet for expression, and I'm not sure that I want that per se. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and I'm okay with that. But at the same time, it shouldn't have to happen. I have enough talent and willingness and ability to thrive in this world. So why am I not thriving? And if I've touched on the fears, and if I'm now able in a place where I can move through the fears, then what is holding me back? Why am I in this place where I'm not sure what I'm going to do for money and not sure if I'm going to be able to succeed? Do we live in a world where the opportunities that we have are truly handed down by other people, or do we live in a world where we can create our own opportunities? And that's something I'm going to have to figure out for myself, because right now it feels like I'm not in a place where I can create the opportunities that I need to sort of survive on a financial level. I'm going to end up eventually facing consequences that are going to undercut my ability to be free on the outside world, and I'll have to go through court proceedings or whatnot and probably end up shipped off somewhere, either in like a halfway house or straight to jail or prison or who knows. And so I'm curious as to how I'm going to handle this. Can I get myself into a place where I can create the opportunities I need for myself, or is it sort of inevitable? Is there enough momentum put in the direction where my choice of choosing choosing to do what I want to do instead of getting some job just to pay the bills, or continuing to do something that I knew was a dead end for me, which is poker, which I was good at it, but it was very it was just such a mental, emotional drain on me that I decided that I had to cut it loose to free myself to move fully into this. And now that I'm in a place where I'm fully into this, I'm obviously feeling phenomenal most of the time, and cumulatively, or I guess over the on an average level, my how good I feel and how clear I think and all those things are way better than they were. But is it enough? Is it enough to be somebody who's willing to do what other people are afraid of, who has my creativity and my brilliance and my innovative skills are very much something that could offer tremendous value to many people in many different situations, because I'm so flexible and adaptable. But is that enough to can that work? Can one person, without sort of the resume, without the credentials, without that, can I get myself into a place where I can convince someone else to either give me an opportunity, or where I can create my own opportunity to succeed? And that's something that's going to be interesting to find out. And I know probably I'm going to end up having to get myself to a level where I can ask for and receive help that I cannot immediately repay. And it'll be interesting to see what happens there, because I'm at a place where it's just I gotta let go of my ego in terms of looking badly and asking for help on that level, because it's like beg, borrow, or deal time. Because not that I'm above stealing in any way. It's just that if I wanted to steal, I would do it legally through poker. Other opportunities just don't seem that, although that could be some good risk. I mean, that could be some good scariness to overcome. It just wouldn't be very productive for society or myself in terms of skill building. So interesting to see where this might take me.